Thank you, Jonathan. It's Furiday, our weekly feature sponsored by Tailspin Pet Food and Supply Store. Now, it's during this segment each week we feature pets in need of loving and forever homes. Well, this week I stopped by Tailspin to meet up with a little guy who needs some extra loving care after a rough start to his short life. Let's meet George Toss. Today I am introducing you to George Toss. Yes, he has a last name because he is extra special and he deserves one. George is our Friday Pet of the Week that we're featuring this week. And of course, to talk to me about George is Lynn from the Humane Society. Lynn, thank you so much for joining me today.
Good morning, it's our pleasure.
Now, this is just, I mean, you know, this little guy, you take one look at him and he just steals your heart. I mean, he is just such a sweetheart, but he has a really sad story. Tell me a little bit, first of all, about his breed, his age, but then tell me a little bit about his background as well.
We think he's about 4 months old, and he's a min pin, or miniature pincer, so he'll be a very small dog. Unfortunately, he came to us by way of someone tossing him to us, and through no fault of his own, that's how he arrived. We're concerned because we want people to know that we're not going to question your motives if you're in a situation where you find you have to surrender your pet. We require an appointment for surrendering, but only because we want to learn as much as we can about the pet in an effort to find an appropriate home.
Exactly, and George wasn't really left in the best condition either. I mean, I see he has a little t-shirt, a little onesie on. Tell me why that is.
He's incredibly malnourished. He just looks like a little skeleton with some skin on. His muscles are not well developed. He's very wobbly on his feet. He really doesn't eat appropriately. In other words, he sees food and inhales it and then throws up. And as a consequence, even though he's old enough to be adopted, 8 weeks is the minimum age for kittens and puppies, he needs to go into foster care in order to be rehabilitated, actually, to learn how to eat the right amount, to get an increasing amount of exercise and walking. So he will be going into a foster home.
And now, that's what I was going to say. Lynn already has a foster family set up for George, but he is still going to be available for adoption, but maybe just not for the next couple of weeks. Is that right?
Exactly.
Well, guys, take a look at this little guy's face. I mean, certainly, like we said, I mean, he is just so hard not to love. You just want to grab him up and just hold him close. And like we said, after all he's been through, for him to still be this sweet and this calm. If you're looking for a dog, a little dog, especially, you know, kind of puppy age, you definitely want to consider George. And like Lynn said, he will be available for adoption. So if you think you're at all interested, just go to our website, wjcl.com. We're going to have all the information you need on George, as well as his adorable picture. We'll have all the information on the Humane Society as well, so you can figure out if George might be a good addition to your home. Thank you to Lynn and Tailspin for getting the word out about George Toss. Again, George will be available for adoption in a couple of weeks. We will update you when he is ready to go. Now, we made it easy to share his information and picture with your friends or relatives. As I just mentioned, go to wjcl.com in just a bit. We'll have all that information up there. Remember, any of you who adopt a featured Friday animal, make sure to share a picture of your four-legged friend and his or her new home. We love to share success stories too.